Alright, so we wanted to make a website that was going to be very user-friendly, easy to update, and I think I turned it on. Yep, I did. And you're about to see it as soon as the bad voice starts out. So here we go. We divided it into subgroups, and each subgroup worked very hard on providing the correct information, here it is, to get, so it would be most helpful, most up to date, and as fantastic as possible. So this is our homepage, and we have the Unveiling as our first thing, and it's also, you can like us on Facebook so that we can raise advocacy for our website, and then this is the What's New in Eau Claire section, and there's some videos about the Sojourner House opening and how it was in the news again, and then an article that was about Eau Claire students that are homeless, and these are all hyperlinks that you can open, and they will take you to the actual link. Then we have the About Us page, and that states our mission, which Lynn's previously stated, and then our About Us section, just kind of the same thing as the mission, the goals of our classroom, and our short-term and long-term goals, long-term being prevention and education, and then our founding members, which is this fantastic class. So our first subsection is the resources, housing, food, and education group. So Katie and Kate.
Yeah, so like Kim said, us three kind of worked on different resources for both for the homeless and for people that are interested in helping the homeless. So we put some resources on this website for both groups of people. And the first one is resources for food and nutrition, so different places that actual people that are homeless can go to get food and nutrition, obviously. So we just listed a whole bunch of places in Eau Claire that people can go to and contact information.
They're all hyperlinks, so you can, excuse me, so you can just click on the website. It tells you where to go, how to volunteer, where to donate, stuff like that. And then also for the one above that, the how you can help, this is just a list of various volunteer opportunities that we found around the Eau Claire area. Again, it takes you right to the website. So just things like the Sojourner House, it takes you to the volunteer page with all the contact information where you can find it. And just various food banks, community table, Hope Gospel Mission, places that you can volunteer your actual time instead of just donating food or money.
And it also has community involvement. The Eau Claire Changemakers are a group that are doing job, it's actually it's UW Extension, and they're doing job training and things like that, and that'll link you straight to that. And then also where people in schools can get food if it's the summer, and these are like recent statistics for poverty in schools, and some media sources in case you wanted to be a further advocate. And then housing.
So for housing, we just listed again opportunities in the Eau Claire area for homeless people to go if they need a place to stay, and also places that you can volunteer your time.
And then we have resources for educators. So if you're a teacher, anyone really who wants to help educate the community about homelessness, there's different resources on there that can kind of help you guide your teaching. So we have like some curriculums and just different things that educators can use to help educate about this issue.
And I made a sunny day card so they could bring to food banks and like make someone stay sunny. Just activities for kids to do so that they can make a difference, no matter how small. Well, it'll open on a normal computer, but how small the impact is, it's still a big impact.
Yeah, there's also volunteer opportunities for kids right there. We wanted to make sure that all the volunteer opportunities weren't just for adults, so we found some various volunteer opportunities that involves whole families, including young children that they can participate in, so it's not just for students or community members.
Yeah, it's just like all the resources that we could find, and I'm sure there's a lot more that could be added to the list, but this is just a few
Just a
per-
start.
Yeah.
Alright, so next the fundraising group is going to come up. Kristen, Angela, and Stevens.
So we started off with some tips on like how to goal set actually. So the top one is a link, which is actually a worksheet we've created to assist whoever might be using this website. There's also an outline here just to jot down some ideas. And then we have a lot of content on, you know, how to get started with goal setting, what issues might come up when you're trying to set goals. We use the SMART model as our example, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. Gave some, you know, examples of how to set specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely goals. I think that's most for the goal setting part there.
Okay, and Angela, who could not be here today, and I really focused on fundraising, and we started off with letting people know kind of how to fundraise and where to start. It can be a very long process, so we put a lot of information on there, and then we have how to actually plan the fundraiser. We also included links, or we also included different types of fundraisers that people could do, more links in to more ideas of how to fundraise. And then we also, Angela looked into getting grants, which public grants, and then foundation and corporate grants as well. So there's lots of links that will take you right to that information.
And then next we have the marketing and PR group. And Megan gave me info. And some of them are recording right now.
Sure.
All right. Well, we were the marketing PR group. We started with making a timeline of things that we wanted to do. We initially thought we were going to make a bunch of different press releases and send them out, and as we started working, we decided it was a better route to just keep working on our main press release and keep updating it with what we were doing. Along with that process, we also started a Facebook group, which I think we spent the majority of our time working on. We have different pictures on there. We continually updated our status with events that were going on in the community. Emily went to, you want to talk about the event you went to?
I went with fellow group members Mara and Sam. We went to the Hunger for Homelessness Week. And there we met a lot of people. We talked to a lot of people to get resources and figure out what is out there and what hasn't been done. And from there, we also updated our status a lot, like with events that were happening. That event was a great event to learn about resources and stuff. So.
We also, to increase involvement on the page, we had obviously everyone in the class like it. Brady went out and liked a bunch of different local media outlets, TV10, WQW, just a lot of, I mean, you can see all the different likes.
Good news after doing that too, we had a decent size increase in likes, so, and I like that some, I don't know any of them are not from the University of Clare. Some are actually have like organizations listed under, you know, their profile. So it's actually some different organizations are actually, you know, liking our page as well now. So that's very, you know, exciting to see.
And in our info too, we have our mission and a direct link that brings you right back to our website, so people can. It's kind of interactive. The link for Facebook is on our site, and so people, no matter where they find out about it, can continue their involvement. And then actually, within the last week, we constructed our final press release and sent it out to over 40 media outlets around the area, just asking them to take their consideration and look at our story. We had a direct link right on the email that brought them to both our Facebook page and our website, just asking them to look it over, and if they wanted to do any sort of covering it, great. And so, what else did we do?
Main
A lot
things
of
press
yeah,
release and
press
Facebook.
release.
Yeah, then we also did like photos and videos and found some videos you can see there, you know, around the website.
And there's some on the homepage as well.
Doing marketing and PR is important for us to use social media to get out there and advocate for a cause, so that's really what we're focused on.
And then finally, we'd like to invite up the sustainability group. Shelley and Ivan are going to explain